Welcome. Thanks for joining us. I am Crispy, and I'm joined here with Matt of D&D Design and, of course, Uriah from Roll On Buddy. And we're going to be doing something special tonight. We're going to run a game. This is going to be a short game, and we're going to let Matt cut his teeth on an all-in character game as much as we can. And so we'll call this some kind of hazing ritual, but it'll be fun, and everyone will have a good time, I hope. We've talked a little bit off screen on characters. We've got Mr. Blue and Mr. Red, and they are professionals of a very particular profession. This is in Los Angeles County, and they are cleaners for an organized crime outfit in Los Angeles. They've got some cleaning to do. We're going to pick it up here as a jet black, shiny Audi A8 hums over sun-baked pavement, still radiating heat into the black Los Angeles, California night. As you disappear away in the sickly glow of hundreds of street lamps disappears in the rearview mirror, replaced by the blackness of the rugged hills into what is eastern California, the Badlands and the desert, heading towards the Mojave Preserve. On a 2-lane highway, the Audi hums along, taking the sometimes broken pavement in stride, until the panel of the car lights up. Tire pressure sensors squeal as the car immediately throws error messages to the driver, and automatic braking slows the car down. One of the tires is now reading at 10 psi and falling. Mile marker 17, still about 5 minutes out of a small, dusty, rural Californian town.
Hands gripping the steering wheel, trying to keep it steady. Perfect. Just perfect.
I told you to get it checked before we left the town.
Yeah, I know. I know, you say it every time. I hate when you're right. I open up the door, pop my seatbelt off.
I'm always right. I'll follow him out. Get out on my side.
Cell phone in hand, hurriedly tapping through a menu on my phone. Very quickly stepping around the car, searching for which tire.
Rear, driver's side, flat, sitting on the rim.
Did you pack the spare?
The spare is currently being occupied. I grab the keys, hold down the trunk button.
The motorized hood lifts. A light turns on, revealing in the trunk the form of a body laying there.
Catch the hood or the trunk before it swings all the way up.
I mean, we could just dump him here. What's the difference between 50 miles into the desert and 30 miles into the desert, right?
Because it takes people less time to find them when they're closer.
Two yellow, round headlights appear on the horizon. Heading from the other direction, the opposite direction.
I slam the trunk.
The lights slow.
Phone to my ear. Yeah, it was the craziest thing happened. Yeah, I don't know, must have been a piece of glass or something. Peering over at the car approaching.
A 1998 F-250, sun-baked, a patina over its hood, two-toned, now becomes visible behind the yellowed headlights. Large back rack on the back of the truck with big fog lights, covered, the front of the truck covered with insects, slows, A man wearing a mesh baseball hat. It says Case International on the front. Leans out, rolls down the window, and comes to a rolling stop. Hey, boys. You having some car trouble? Don't get much traffic out here.
Yeah, we were on our way out. Wanted to go see the, casinos and whatnot, so we're on a bit of a road trip. Buddy here forgot to pack the spare, so we're SOL, as it were.
Fancy car like that? You guys are city folk, eh?
Yeah, I'm local.
Thought we would take the scenic route.
Yeah, well, you're going to casinos. You're on the wrong highway. You want the highway. You want 15. This ain't 15.
Oh, these desert roads, you know how they can be. It's easy to mix one up with the other these days.
He puts on the tree, puts the truck into park, flicks a light, and one of the hazard lights is burned out, but the other 3 blink. Opens the door, it squeals, he steps out. He starts rooting around in the back of the pickup truck. Well, I'm sure I've got a tire iron in here.
I peek over his shoulder as he's searching for his tire iron to examine the other seats of his truck. See if there's any friends or family.
Another man sits in the passenger seat, quiet, Hispanic. He doesn't weave back. A glow of a cigarette as he lights up, starts puffing away.
I peer off to the man in the front seat. Hola, ¿cómo estás? In a very white Spanish accent.
He responds in Spanish. Mind your own business.
What'd he say?
He's not friendly.
He yells something else in Spanish. Hey, what are we doing? We're on a schedule. Let these 2 gringos figure it out.
I don't know what he's saying. Hey, sir, I'm sorry I didn't catch your name.
Oh, yeah, they call me Eddie. He turns around, takes off his Case International mesh ball cap, pulls back thinning long hair. It's back on. Yeah, I got a tire iron right here. We'll get this off in no time. But you got a spare in the trunk, right?
No, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You said he didn't have a spare. Well, then this ain't gonna help. He tosses the tire iron back into the truck.
Hey, we couldn't possibly ask for a lift anywhere. I mean, you're heading the opposite direction, but how close is the nearest town?
Well, you're
going that way.
Mile and a half, just up the road where we came from. You're gonna run into Kelso. All the shops are gonna be closed there, but you might be able to call your automobile club, or I don't know. Those are a fancy car. Can't you just call roadside assistance?
We don't have it. AAA is too expensive for our budget with the whole trip thing, so
spend all the money on the car.
Yeah, let's just say it's on a payment plan, right?
I look back to the other.
The cigarette glows in the cab as he takes a long pull, blows out the smoke through the open passenger window of the car. Just stopped there in the middle of the lane.
I pull up my phone again and finish typing in a phone number. Calling a friend who lives close by.
I go over and kind of lean on the trunk, kind of heavily, look out over the desert, waiting for him to finish his phone call.
In the distance, behind the mountains, still the glow of Los Angeles. The air still warm from a hot summer day. Few stars even visible out here, but not so many with all the light pollution from Los Angeles. Another pair of headlights appears, this time from the direction you were traveling.
The phone picks up. Hey, Tito. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Yeah, what's up? What's up, Red?
Hey, we ran into a little bit of a snag here on our way to Kelso, taking care of some cargo. I was wondering if there's any way you could help us out.
Roll social.
Failure.
Man, last time I gave you help, I had to do a dime in county. I am not gonna give you any help at all. Click.
Could have asked him for a lift. That would have gone over well.
Well, we can give you boys a ride. He looks into his passenger, at the passenger shit. Not. Oh, I mean, come on. We can give him a ride. It's only 1.5 miles back. Well, hey, there's another pair of lights coming. He reaches into the cab of the truck and he flashes his high beams.
Oh, you don't have to. I look over to Blue.
I'm taking my cigarette book, opening it up and lighting a cigarette.
A shiny patrol car comes to a stop behind the sedan. Hazard lights come on as the cherries light up on top of the car. A highway patrol, California Highway Patrol, gets out of the driver's side, puts his hat on. What's going on here? It's some car trouble?
Yeah, we busted a flat out in the middle of the desert and we forgot to pack the spare. So, trying to figure out what the next course of action is.
Well, car like this, you don't have a spare, you're gonna have to get a flat deck in. I mean, this is an Audi, right? Yeah, this is gonna be all-wheel drive, the Quattro system, can't tow that. Well, I guess, yeah, takes out a small pen light, crouches down next to the back tire and shines it. And then his flashlight turns and looks. It pans underneath the trunk. Looks like he might have a fluid leak too.
This day just keeps getting better and better. Well, hey, Blue, what do you say we hit the old dusty trail? I think these guys are willing to give us a lift.
Yeah, we should, what would we say? Kelso was near about 1.5 miles, I think.
Yeah,
Get there.
1.5 miles.
Maybe we can find like an all-night auto parts store or something, and probably the brake fluid. We hit a pretty big rock back there. That's probably what took out the tire.
It's kind of funny. I mean, I've seen a lot of leaks. The California Highway Patrol officer is now reaching underneath behind the blown tire where a small puddle of dark fluid is staining the sand. When the sound of a truck door opening, creaking on its hinges.
I look over my shoulder back towards the truck.
The Hispanic passenger is out. He's moving quickly around the front of the truck towards the patrol car.
Hand to the back of my waistband. I have a Colt 45 tucked in it. Eyes trained on him, seeing what he's doing.
Mr. Case International, the mesh ball cap, says something in a hushed whisper in Spanish. No, it's too risky. And the Hispanic man stops.
I walk around to the officer, kneel down beside him, looking at the thick red pool. Man, these transmissions really are something else.
Yeah, well, I mean, it would have a transfer case back here. Of course, it is all-wheel drive. He, with his finger, he's dipped it into the fluid that's drained underneath the trunk, and he takes it up and looks at it. Stands up, rubbing it between his fingers. Ah, that's He smells it, and then his hand drops to his service pistol, and he takes 2 large steps back away from the car.
I'm slowly rounding the other side and reaching for my 1911 service model that I've got tucked in my suit jacket pocket.
This isn't transmission fluid. This is blood. He reaches for his radio on his chest and clicks it open.
Pistol out front, firing off 2 shots at his upper neck area.
As the gun comes out, he reacts instinctively, diving for cover, but not fast enough.
Critical success. The bullets rip through his jugular.
In a fountain of blood, illuminated by the truck headlights as well as the headlights of his patrol car, the unfortunate highway patrolman spins and falls. A familiar voice, Mr. Case International. "Drop it," he says, pointing a heavy caliber revolver at Mr. Red.
I pull out my own pistol and put the odds more in our favor. I think we're getting off on the wrong foot. I think it would be best if we just put these things down and talk before we spend any more precious ammunition.
I think my buddy makes a good point. Hey, y'all seem a little dodgy yourselves. I curse under my breath.
Roll social, Mr. Blue.
Success.
The revolver drops a few inches. In rapid Spanish, the Hispanics man says, "What are you waiting for?"
I flash a look to Mr. Red.
Now, before things get out of hand, my pistol down at my side, taking my time putting it back into my waistband. You all have your business to attend to. We have our own. Maybe we can come to an agreement.
Mr. Case, eyes narrow. What kind of agreement?
Cell phone comes out. Well, don't tell anybody that I told you this, but look over to Blue. We're part of the family, if you know what I mean. I'm typing a text message to our handler.
Yeah, you want to give him our cards too?
Good idea, Blue. SOS. And then a location.
The Hispanic man comes, crouches over the downed patrolman, takes out his radio, unclips it from his vest, takes the service pistol off him, and then drags him over to the side of the truck. With a grunt, calling over, he hikes him over onto the flare side of this F-250, uses the step at the flare side to leverage the body of the downed law enforcement officer into the truck. It lands, but does not make a sound like he impacted metal. Dusts off his hands, wipes a little blood off of his shoulder. In Spanish, he says, "Well, we got what we came for. Let's go."
I crane my neck, looking over the lip of the truck bed.
Bales wrapped in tight cellophane line the truck. Clearly moving product. So, Mr. Case International says, which of the families are we talking about here? Heavy revolver, big 44 Magnum still in hand.
It's the Wheeler family.
He whistles through his teeth. Wheelers. Should have known. We suspected you guys were dumping your garbage out here. You know, we don't take kindly to illegal tipping.
Yeah, of all the things we can run into out here.
The Hispanic man moves back to the cab of the truck. He grabs something from the glove compartment and then starts walking towards the patrol car. His cherries are still lit.
Hey, Hermano, what are you doing over there? That's our ride out of here.
No. In Spanish, he says, no, it's not going to work. He takes a metal object in his hand and he pops the pin from it and throws it in. He says, AC is broken. He walks away. Say, incendiary grenade lights up the car from the inside. Soon it's an inferno.
All right. Okay. Where I come from, that's a bit of an insult. You know, to spit in a man's hand like that is,
Takes
as I begin to twiddle a bullet in my fingers.
He takes 2 threatening steps towards Mr. Blue.
My eyes go back and forth between Blue.
Hey, tell your buddy here he doesn't want this. This is not gonna go his way.
Mr. Case International, well, you see, boys, the way I look at it, revolver drifts towards Mr. Red. You see that little bonfire Jose has lit for us. It's going to bring some people over. They're going to find this car here with that body in it. And you two. We're just going to drive away unless you can convince us otherwise. What do you say about that? Roll aware, Mr. Blue.
I'm so locked in on this advancing Jose, just gritting my teeth, just itching for a fight. I'm just unaware of everything else around me.
Jose's right hand is drifting towards his right pocket, where the glint of metal off blued steel is just visible, a blade concealed.
I start taking steps around the car, hands up. All right, hey, you've rang the dinner bells. There's no discounting that. But hey, I press the button to lift the trunk up. What does 10 G's get us?
The trunk lifting draws Case International's attention away. His eyes flick over, a little jittery, white-knuckled on the heavy revolver.
The moment I notice his attention has been taken from him, I immediately dive for the 1911 in my pocket, and I'm gonna just unload everything that I've got in that.
Roll range.
I'm trying to take him out as fast as possible. Bullets will ring out across the desert.
It's loud. The retort, the muzzle flash is pronounced as those hot load 45 ACPs coming from that 1911 cycles quickly, ricochets off the truck as Mr. Case International dives for cover, and a blade comes flying out of Jose's hand, right past Mr. Blue's ear. It's a a throwing knife goes flying by.
I stumble back and I touch my ear, and my fingertips just slightly tainted with blood. I look back to the Mexican traveler, and I just...
He's running. He's moving quick. His left hand already has a second blade in it. closing the gap between him and Mr. Blue in just seconds.
Pistol out, aimed towards his legs. 2 more shots ring out. Failure. Bullets missing the quick-moving targets of his legs, ricochet against the asphalt. Watch him, Blue!
I step back, putting my fists up to try to maneuver this guy's stabbing hand away as best I can.
Case International takes 2 steps back. With the .44 Magnum, he swings it at Red. Squeezes a trigger. The hand cannon goes off. The deafening roar.
My ears ring as the shockwave from the sides of the weapon concuss my head, and I'm knocked dazed, stumbling around.
Mr. Blue, the Hispanic, is nearly on. He closed the distance. The war cry in his left hand, a wicked-looking blade.
Pistol still in hand. Having expended my ammunition, I spin it around in my hand and I go to smash it upside his temple, trying to end this fight as quickly as possible as we are on the clock.
Roll melee.
Success.
He moves surprisingly fast. The butt of the pistol comes around at his head, but with lightning reflexes, he deflects the blow off of his forearm. The sound of a blade clattering on the asphalt surface as he lets it go. Still, danger close. Mr. Red.
I spin around, my pistol in my hand. Dazed, I wildly swing it towards Case's head. I spin around, lose my footing, and stumble to the ground.
Case opens the driver's side of his truck, jumps in, yelling at Jose, "Come on!" Jose comes in with an uppercut, trying to get in under Blue's chin. He's going for the knockout blow.
He puts up his fist as fast as possible to try to block the blow.
Beat a 47.
Negative. I just can't get it up fast enough. My hands are too quick. The situation is just too much for me.
The blow lands right underneath Blue's chin, knocking his head back.
Clack of my teeth is audible. I'm stumbling backwards.
Trying to regain my bearings, I'm crawling towards the body of the downed cop. I roll onto my back, shakily aiming the pistol, and fire off 2 more shots at Case. Success.
The shot shatters the partially rolled down driver's side window and paints the back window of the of the truck in red, and the horn of the truck sounds. Swearing in Spanish, the Hispanic pulls out the service pistol that he had taken from the highway patrolman, points it at Mr. Blue, and fires at his chest.
I'm gonna try to dive out of the way, crossing the front of their car. Lightning reflexes. I just leap to the side, full send, without care for my own preservation, just speed over health at this point.
Surprised at how quickly Mr. Blue moved, Jose spins around trying to squeeze off another round, but Mr. Red,
Seeing Blue dive underneath their car, I take the last 2 rounds of my pistol and I slide the gun underneath the car over to Blue.
Grabbing it instinctually, I swing it in front of me with wild abandon, and I just empty this magazine as fast as I can into this guy.
Roll ranged.
Success.
He takes the rounds, falls back. The service pistol goes off as he squeezes in his death throes. Another round cooks off, and he falls back onto his back and lies motionless. There's pops and explosions from the police car now as it's fully engulfed in flame.
Climbing to my feet. Blue, holy crap, man, we gotta go.
I know. I'm aware. Get the Mexican. I'll get the driver.
Grabbing the corpses, loading them into the back of the truck.
The entire box of the truck, the bed is covered in these wrapped product. And of course, the body of the patrolman who'd been tossed in there earlier by Jose.
What, you think it's a repossession? You think we take it back? At this point, I just want to go home.
At this point, we need to make sure that we're not here when everyone else shows up.
Okay. We take Dickhead out of the trunk. We load him into the truck. How much gas has it got? At least half a tank. Drive out, past Kelso, just full send into the desert. Fuck the roads. Flash the gas tank. Blow it sky high. We walk our asses back to Kelso. Don't leave a trace. Just a hunking burn, just chunk of metal. And we wash our hands and we just forget about it.
Sounds good to me.
Walking back to our car, I just rip the trunk open, tired, lift this dude over my shoulder, slam the trunk with my free hand. You drive. Throw the guy into the bed of the truck.
Hand holding the trunk before it closes all the way. You almost forgot the whole reason we were here in the first place. Grab the briefcase of cash, hop in the driver's seat.
I'll ride with that in the passenger seat. I'm not leaving it in the bed.
Of course. I set it in his lap.
Hop in and slam the truck door.
The ruined side of the head of Mr. Case International slumped over the driver's side or the steering wheel of the truck. Just a mess behind him. The bullet has passed through.
Slump the body off of the seat. With a free hand, I pull out my pocket square, wiping the viscera off of the windshield.
While he's doing that, I lean over the center console and examine Mr. Case, see if he's still got signs of life. Good. Had me scared for a moment.
Let's get out of here. Shut the door. Whip into drive. Pick a direction. Start driving.
And let's call it there. Good job. Good job.
Yes.
There he is.
Awesome.
Well done, Matt.
Thank you. I was trying. I want to do more of this.
Yeah,
That's
man.
for sure. I'd be happy to do one of these with a fuller crew. That was
man.
fun.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it was great. You guys did great. And
Yeah, man.
I'm curious to hear, Matt, this is your not your first time role playing, obviously, but staying in character. How did you find it?
Oh, that was a blast. I want to get my players to do this. I got to work on their stamina. They're definitely, you know what? Now that you mention it, one of our most recent sessions, there was a good period there where I didn't have to do any DMing. They just took the whole scene away from me, did their own roles. And now that I'm like in hindsight, looking back at that with this in context, I was like, oh, so they actually do have potential.
Yes.
And if I push them towards it, I want to get more of that out of them.
This is a blast. I'm definitely going to incorporate this more. This is good.
I mean, I love to hear
Thank
it.
you.
I think it was what I liked so much is that it seemed to me that all of us had a pretty good handle on what the scene looked like. We were all kind of picturing it. Obviously, my complication for you was the flat tire, which puts you in a collision course to two cartel members that were transporting that were really actually, they were doing two things. They had a bunch of product, but they were also going to take out a pesky highway patrolman that has now started patrolling this quiet, disused secondary highway. So they were originally going for him, but then you're there, and then it's. So I wanted to see where it went. So that was my secret. Is that was the premise that I was going with.
It very much reminds me. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the system Fiasco.
Sure. I'm not familiar with it, but I have heard that. Yeah.
It felt kind of very like once you really get into the meat of a Fiasco session where everybody's kind of starting to lock in a little bit. It started to feel like that, where people were just like, yeah, whatever. Like, this is just what's happening. And people like really like clue in on it. Am I allowed to share why I asked for that briefcase full of money?
Yeah, please. I'm dying to know.
I don't know if I'm probably very predictable with this, but the idea was if we did get to the point of a burial and like ditching these bodies, I was going to kill him and take the money with me because I wanted to get out. That was my inner goal was I'm done with this life.
Love it.
I'm killing him and I'm vanishing.
Yeah.
Love it. That's awesome.
Totally.
That's awesome.
So,
if we had more time, that would have been great to see that play out, as the truck is bouncing along in the desert, off a road somewhere, looking for a place where you're just going to burn it to a crisp. And then, I also had something to work with because Uriah, you gave me the SOS text and I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, I could. That's gonna
awesome.
Be cool.
Because in the middle of that, like my initial like DM sense is like, okay, there's like a pre-written backstory here, like there's a character I'm about to be clued into, and then that like over, I'm like, oh no, this is just off the shit. Like he's just saying this. There is no preparation. I was like, oh good. And this is like really cluing me into like I don't know if Magnaforce is something where I can incorporate it to that level yet because we're already so deep into it.
Sure.
But like going forward, having that like just if you need something, you've got it. Whether that's a contact or a tool or whatever, just you say it, it's there. Unless obviously without sacrificing other players' fun.
Yes.
That type of I can afford to lend my improv beyond just playing characters for them to interact with and lend my improv to like the scene itself and then the setup.
That's right. And just in case someone watching this thinks that we had talked a little bit off camera. Okay. I had said right at the onset, it's modern day. You would have what you would expect someone with means would have. So cell phone for sure. If I wanted to, if I felt like, no, I want this, I'm going to make this harder. You don't have any signal or, or they don't pick up. But the way I handled it was I had, Uriah saying, Red calls like my contact, Tito, hey, but then roll social and he failed. And so, I'm not helping you. Last time I did a stint in county, I'm not helping you at all. Don't call me, forget my number. And that was because he rolled poorly on his check. So it wasn't just, sure, you could have everything. It had to make sense. Yeah. But I think both of you did a really good job of, especially in the combat kind of portion, of describing what your guy is doing. And that's it's so easy, so much easier for me to picture that scene as it develops the way you're describing it. I think it was great. And I got the impression, Matt, that your guy was getting on edge. Like he was getting a little more. And so
he was itching for it. So like, we're doing this now. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I think was one of the most interesting parts of this is how fast the world built itself. Whereas something like I do on D&D Design or a typical D&D campaign I'm used to doing, where it's like, okay, well, I'm going to start telling the story. okay, we're setting, here's the character you're meeting, blah, blah. And it's like the more typical, like, okay, exposition, here's your quest, like the run of the mill stuff. Like the world got so large, so quick, like that. Instantly, millions of questions. Who are these people? What are their real names? Who's the guy in the trunk? Who's Tito? Like, is he a member of the family? Is this a subcontact? Like, and those questions are never going to get answered.
No.
And that's not a bad thing. That's like, oh, I want more and I'm not going to get it. Fuck. Like, I want more. Like, that's the thing that impressed me the most. Like, how, like, I went from this to that immediately.
Yeah. Well, so in those moments, now a lot of this conversation is surrounding what we call in 4D co-creation. So that's coming up with stuff on the fly that makes sense to have in the world. All of those questions are things that I am answering for myself, and I'm making sure that they make sense in the greater context. So, like for Tito, for example, I try to prompt that in how I describe it. So I'm dialing in the last bit of a phone number to a close friend who lives in the area. That gives the nudge to Crispy to say, hey, here's what I'm hoping to get, and then we can go from there. You know, and of course we did the roll and it failed, and it all played out the way it did. But as far as coming up with the answers for all of those things, the beauty of it and why high trust and good faith gaming is so helpful in this is because you can come up with your own answers, and they're probably going to be correct. Like Tito, he's a friend. Okay, that tells you a lot just from that. You know, all of the sort of background stuff that doesn't necessarily need to be perfectly fleshed out, but you can still pursue those things, and that's the part that I have the most fun with about it.
No, that was incredibly, like, again, I'm reiterating on that comment I made earlier. That realization of like, oh wait, right, this wasn't planned. There isn't a backstory thing where Crispy's got a sheet like, oh, I'm going to introduce Tito now because Tito's part of his backstory. And like that just happened, and I was like, oh fuck, I gotta do this. I have to add this somehow. Yeah, like
it's much easier, honestly, Matt. It's much easier for me to react to players that are proactive, and while I will and did introduce things to the world and pushes and complications, I could react to how you were. One of the things that I noticed, Matt, in one of your turns, you emphasized, look, we can't stay here. And I think that presence of mind, because I know Uriah already does this, he's already thinking the time is not, like, we're not in bullet time here. There's things that are happening. There's now a big bonfire on this highway. We know this is going to bring more things in. Like, and you would point that out, Matt. And I think I would go so far as to say that type of consciousness when it comes to the passage of time in the fictional world is more possible when you're staying in character.
Oh, absolutely.
You're there, and so you don't have to be reminded, guys, you've been talking about this for 20 minutes, and like there's no time for this. You already felt that time pressure. It started to go, and as the session goes, that time pressure became higher and higher and higher up till the climax of it, where now we're shooting at each other, and like we have no time. There's no more time for planning.
But what we played for like 45 minutes, give or take.
45 minutes. Yeah.
It felt like that was a 45-minute chunk of time versus like, okay, we're having like a fight and it takes 2 hours, but like D&D rules like, 70 rounds is it looks like 6 seconds. So it's like, dude, I killed 4 orcs, blew up a wall with a fireball. You tell me that was 6 seconds? Like, it was so slow. That felt like, or you felt like guy pulls up, we're talking to him, the natural pace of conversation, and it was just like being the combat was slower than it would have been in real life, but way closer than a D&D combat would be, right?
Yeah.
And I think an interesting difference is like the Convictor Drive system we're using, which is a very like anime system. The combat feels fast, but it's still slow by the in-universe perspective. Like they're flying around doing all these crazy like Mach speed stuff, but it's still like, okay, I did this. Here's the baton, you do that. And it's faster than D&D, but still slow by comparison to like what is actually happening, right?
Sure.
And I think that was the part that I really enjoyed, was like how close it was to the actual passage of time, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Like that was so interesting. It's so cool that I'm still able to like learn shit like 10, 12 years.
Us too.
These
Yeah,
games.
us too,
Yeah.
Matt. I mean, we're
Like,
not.
that's my favorite part, is like, oh, this was something I've never thought of. And I'm like, man, I've got all this homework to do. Like there's like a whole other door that I've never thought of. And it's the same thing with like doing D&D on YouTube in general. Like there are things that I've learned from doing this where I'm like, oh, I never thought to do it that way.
Sure.
Yeah.
And there's just all these worlds opening up now that I'm doing this, and it's just like, man, I gotta incorporate all this shit into my next.
I love
so
to
much
hear it.
do.
I love to hear it, dude. That's awesome.
We have to get you. We have to get you in on an ultimate no prep challenge. I feel like you would have.
I'm so down.
I feel like you would have a blast doing that, man. Everything is randomly determined. We pick the setting, we pick the tone, we even pick the GM randomly, and then we role play or we discuss the premise.
Oh fuck! I gotta see if Zach will be free for that.
Yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to. If it's your first time, you don't have to throw your hat in the ring to GM. But yeah,
I would be game. I just don't want to take away from it from anybody. But if like my lack of like capability for this type of roleplay DMing isn't a problem for you guys, I would absolutely toss my hat in the ring. Like I would full send. Like if that's the roll of the dice and I have to be in charge, then that's.
It's, you know what, when you have players that already are proactive in doing things, then it's really, you'll find that your mental load can be directed in other areas, right? You're not having to think, okay, because Uriah and I, we're aggressive role players. Like I'm out there, I'm doing things. I'm going to be doing things. And what the hardest thing to, when as a new GM with this kind of style, in character style, is to take a step back and just realize, no, it's okay. The players will move things I don't have to worry about pacing. The players will do things. Things will happen. And I can
so
react.
Used to just like, okay, they're not. And I mean, that's what inspired me to reach out in the first place, was that video about letting the players just sort of talk it out. And I've been really pushing them to do that more, especially lately. I'm like, okay, like guys, you're in like Sentai suits, blow something up, like fire punch something. Tell me what you're doing. And at first they were like, like I punched the guy, and I'm like, no, you punch him. How? Like, fireworks, something. Give me. And we've done a special, and it's led to that, where that little moment earlier where I was like, I'm just gonna shut up. Where I would like try to interject and help them move the fight along that they were having, and like they just completely ripped it out of my hands, and they started like giving instructions to each other, and I was like, mute.
Well, you guys
and I just sat back and worried about like the soundtrack and the sound effects, and I was like, whatever, you do what you need to do.
You and Uriah did this at the end of our little brief game here. You're already, and without any prompting from me, okay, well, we got to get rid of these bodies. Let's jump in the truck. We're going to take this. You know, that you were doing that, and it required nothing from me. I just reacted to what you were doing. So, this was a lot of fun. I appreciate Uriah. Thank you for the opportunity. Pleasure to meet you, Matt. This was a lot of fun. I had a great time.
Honor was all mine. This was a blast. I cannot wait to do this again. This was fun.
Yeah.
Right on.
It's funny, Matt. You said you would love to do this with a full crew. Ironically enough, for 4D, this is a full crew. Two players and GM.
2 to 3 players. 3 players is great. I've done 4. The nice thing about it is that turns are quick, as you experienced tonight. You're not waiting around. So, that's
do
really
you find that like when you start to stray towards like 5, and let me know if I'm going on too long. When you start to stray towards like 4 to 5 people, it starts to get like toe steppy, where people will
if we were in the same room, sitting around the same table, then we'd have so much more information to tell when someone's done. But when we're just looking at each other on a computer screen, crosstalk can be a little more of a challenge with just the limitations of the format. The other thing that's a challenge when we have really big groups, or like, so more than 5 players, is that if one of those players, just in their enthusiasm, starts taking turns that it'll take too much of the time, then you get into the situation where it's harder to respect the time that's passing in the fictional world. If I am, and I'm guilty of this, Matt, all the time, I'm all excited. And so I'm thinking of all the things my character is going to do, but now I'm guilty of a time violation. I've described everything my player has done for the last 10 minutes. Well, what about the other 4 players? What are they doing during that time?
Yeah. I totally see that. I would be very interested at some point in the future if you guys are interested, to have you guys on our end of the woods and attempt to do one of these where I run the show. I think that would be. I think you guys would get along with Zach and another couple of my players. I think we would have a good time.
I'm very sure of it. Sure. I'd be honored. I'm down for it. Absolutely.
I definitely want to do this again for sure.
Sweet. Cool. Well, that'll be it from us. As previously stated, Matt, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you for having me.
So happy to be able to do this. Chris, dude, thank you so much for being willing to run this. I knew when we were chatting about this and kind of setting everything up, I'm like, I could just run a one-on-one game with Matt, but I think it would be so much more valuable to have that person to bounce off of, especially for, a person's first time, and especially them coming into the style without going through the regular course that most folks go through, the pipeline, as it were. But being able to do this was a blast, and we're so happy to be able to finally get this session done.
Scheduling's always a challenge.
Yeah. It's been crazy lately, but I'm so it exceeded my expectations in every way. Awesome. The only thing I don't like is that it was so short lived. I wanted to see so much more. I was like, shit! I was like, it's 6 o'clock. I gotta go.
It's all good, man. It's all good. We can do it again. We'll do it again.
Yeah,
as you say, this has been a real honor. I want to thank everyone that's going to tune in and watch this, and hopefully some of the things that we've demonstrated here will resonate with your group. Feel free to steal these ideas of staying in character. We're excited to promote this. If you can, check out the free resource, the 4D Beginner's Handbook. That's got a bunch of great ideas in it. You can steal from that. And by all means, we really do appreciate you lending your ears and your eyes for the last hour or so. And we'll look forward to seeing what comes next.
Love you guys. We'll see you on the next one. Peace and God bless.
Take it easy.